Me. Hey guys, I'm here live for Tap Into Your Genius, the Mastermind. Join it. November 15th is the deadline. Talking to masterminds around the world like Nathan Pinto. I met him up at Common Desk. He's a really cool guy. He's a serial entrepreneur who also really likes to, in everything that he does, do social good through his businesses. So, Nathan, tell us who you are, what you do.
I appreciate it, Jeff. My name is Nathan. I'm the co-founder of Trust Fund. We're a platform seeking to disrupt payday lending. We built a smart debit card product that's able to be distributed to the underbanked community. By using our debit card product, we're able to help navigate their financial life, help them with budgeting, planning, financial coaching. But most importantly, the next time they're in that position where they have to deal with an unexpected expense, where they would typically go get a payday or title loan, we're actually able to turn that debit card into a line of credit based on their experience with the app. So we're able to underwrite them, able to see what they do, how they spend their money, how they think about their money, and really get a better picture of who they are so that we can extend credit and help them through those positions.
Okay, so our topic today actually is fear. So get ready for a really cool thing on fear. I met Nathan, we had a big discussion about entrepreneurship, why he got into it, his spiritual path that he went through and brought him back to his faith, and also how he instills that in a lot of his thinking with his company. But on fear, here is the thought. Here is the statement. Nathan told me he's not afraid of anything. Is that right? Essentially.
I would say I'm afraid of certain things, like maybe like free jumping off of a cliff.
Okay.
I think when it comes to day-to-day life, when it comes to living my life as I feel called to live, no, I don't have any fear.
Okay. With that being known now,
Sure.
why? How did that happen? Why is that your belief?
Sure.
Or your
Well,
process?
yeah, my mission in life is to figure out what the universe or God, whatever you might call it, is asking me to do and to find that path. And when I'm on that path and I have faith in God, He becomes, the analogy sometimes I use is, I'm just a passenger in a car. And I'm just sitting in the passenger seat, and it's my job to observe and to do whatever I'm asked to do and do as much as I can do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you were sitting in the car and if you were the passenger and a professional NASCAR driver was operating the vehicle, would you be afraid of crashing? Would you be afraid of being steered wrong?
I would be less scared.
You'd be less scared. Exactly. Well, I mean, I feel no fear when I'm sitting in the passenger seat of a vehicle driven by God, and as He's taking me on this journey. And I know that whatever is meant to happen is meant to happen, and that as long as I do what I'm supposed to and I'm attentive to His actions in my life and I'm attentive to the path and the journey that we're going on, that nothing that will come my way is not meant to happen, and and that He will always look after me and I'll be protected.
Where did that belief come from? How did you come to that point in your life to where you just accept being the passenger?
That's a good question.
You're scaring some people out there. I don't want to be a passenger, Nathan. It scares me.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like many people, I had my doubts in life. I questioned a lot of things. I never take anything at face value. I like to question and analyze, and so.
Yeah, I like that in our first conversation.
For sure. So at some point in time in my life, I actually denounced my religion. I denounced any type of subscribing to any formal institution or organized religion, and I knew that there was a higher being, and I knew that there was a God. And so I just said, God, I don't know what you are, if you're like this clockmaker, or if you're some like paternalistic being, or what
Right.
you care to have a relationship with me like, but I've got some questions that need to be answered, and if you do really love me as much as they say you do, then you'll take me on this journey and you'll answer these questions for me, and if not, no problem, I'm going to live my life. And it took me on a pretty wild spiritual journey, learned a lot of things, experienced a lot of things, really felt God's movements in my life, and really, at the end of the day, all my questions were answered. And I'm a very analytical person, so it was a lot of scenarios where if I was to actually break down the statistical odds of those things happening on a consistent compounded basis, it would almost be like there's like
on a spiritual basis, things happen to you that were statistically like almost impossible or so.
Yeah, like people like to use the word coincidences or synchronicities, whatever you might call it, but in one on an off chance, but a sequential sequence of events happening in such a way, the statistical odds of it happening are
No, I understand
infinitesimally
totally.
low. So things like that over a course of 2 years, and at the end of it, I really knew who God was and His role in my life, and I understood where He would be in my life if I chose to truly follow His will. And I started it began with blind faith, eventually. Phase 1 is really like taking that jump, that leap of faith into the unknown. But now 6 years later of following that methodology, it's yet to fail me. It's yet to ever put me in a position where I haven't felt like God was there with me. Yeah, there's been ups and downs, but I've never felt in danger. I've never felt that God wasn't there.
I want to ask you a question I think the audience is asking.
Sure.
How do you come to, and I'm going to advance the conversation just a little bit, come to follow your intuition or follow the Holy Spirit or whatever it is? How did you learn how to do that to where you became comfortable and at peace with it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think God acts and lives inside of us all very differently. A lot of it depends on how willing we are to let God, be in control. I think the Holy Spirit is God's effort or God's ability to really dwell among us and dwell inside of us. So I would say for me, it's trying to really reduce the Nathan. Try to reduce myself as it is and try to allow God more space inside of me to operate.
Right.
And really create that feedback loop. I think it's important for people to create that feedback loop where you're seeing, okay, perhaps I have this intuition or I have this gut feeling, and perhaps there's this fork in the road of, do I go right or do I go left?
Yeah, I understand.
The thing is, at the end of the day, wherever God is, things blossom, things happen, anything that is part of God's will, if you're following it correctly, you'll see the fruits. It's like you get a seed at the end of it. Before you discern which route it is, you get like a seed in your hand, and it's up to you. Do I go right or do I go left? And whatever way you go, you get a chance to plant that seed, and you're able to see, is there fruits? Does it blossom? Does flowers happen?
Right.
Then I made the right decision.
Yeah.
And over a sequence of events, after doing it in a series of ways,
you learn how the process works.
You learn how the process works, and you learn very quickly, okay, I think I made the wrong route, and what were the reasons I made the wrong route? What did I miss out? What did God try to show me in this moment that really I should have paid attention to?
No, that's really good. I found a similar process. I really find I think it's probably universal to all those who begin to develop that part.
Sure, yeah.
And look for God's help, follow their intuition, their gut instinct. I think follow your gut instinct is part of it too. I think we're all given an instinct for a reason to trust yourself. You follow it, I think it's God-given. And even in our DNA, you follow that, you begin to become successful. Like the guy that started Common Desk, I was told that, I don't know his last name, but Nick, he follows his gut instinct often, I was told, by his staff here. And so you see a wonderful place that's very successful.
Definitely.
So anyway, thank you, Nathan. We're going to come back for another interview here in just a little bit, another topic, and it'll be fun. So thank you, Nathan.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jeff.
All right, so where can they find out about you? We can put the link on the screen if you want.
Yeah, you can check out trytrustfund.com. It's a little bit of a splash page that we have at the moment. We'll be rolling out more and after we get approval from the bank. So hopefully in the next couple of months. Okay, and as a reminder to you guys, November the 15th is a deadline to join the mastermind of Tap Into Your Genius, where we'll be discussing things like this, how you can follow your intuition, follow your gut instinct, and also things of ways in which you can increase your brain capacity, more productivity, things of that nature. So hope you will join. We're going to have some wonderful people in the group there. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks.